Hello and welcome back to Mailsphere. I'm really excited. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I love about South Korea so far. So far, I have been here tomorrow, 3 months exactly, and I am still adjusting. I, first of all, am so glad that I came here in 2024, end of 2024, because that prepared me a lot for the things. I would have to say the thing that I love about South Korea is the taxi service. Um, it is top tier. I feel like a princess when I am riding any taxi in South Korea because they're always clean, they always smell good. If they are playing music, the music is always either relaxing or really great music choices. Um, is just top tier. I've never been in a taxi that smelled bad, that wasn't absolutely clean, and I am a germaphobe, and so like I just appreciate the taxi system here. I love the fact that I am never really waiting a long time for a taxi. I have only ever waited more than 5 minutes one time, but that was actually on the booking end. My booking kept getting rejected, so no one had actually accepted my ride. Absolutely love it. 10 out of I am not a bus girl. If I'm going somewhere with someone else and those are the modes of transportation they absolutely want to take for whatever reason, I will get on it. But my preference is a taxi so I can feel like a princess and just sit back and relax and not have to rub up against people. Because if you've been on a subway, you know. The second thing that I really love about South Korea is just the convenience of everything. It's really funny because, like, on the basement floor of my building, when I get out of the elevator, I make a left and a right. It is a minute walk from my elevator to the convenience store, which is a 7-Eleven. And even when I was here the last time, we stayed in an Airbnb, there was a CU, which was like a 2 minute walk away. And I know you may live in an area where a convenience store is a little bit further, but convenience stores are everywhere here. So unless you're in a rural area, it's going to be really easy to get to a convenience store. And the convenience stores have more than food. They have a lot of daily necessities that if you need to get quick, you can get them. And it's just easy. You can pay with your phone, your card, money. It is really is just so easy. They're so close by. I love the convenience of the convenience store, but it is super walkable. There are two, three major grocery stores that are like a 15, 20 minute walk for me. Typically, if I need groceries, I go to one of the grocery stores. I am starting to order more things on coupon, but I like that I can just walk to the grocery store. I am a country girl. I like being outside, and because there are so many beautiful trees, even in the cities here in South Korea, it is a nice walk. And it is a convenient and peaceful walk. I'm not just on busy streets with highways, although I could walk that way. There is a wonderful path that takes me to one of the bigger stores, Emart. I love that I can just walk to the grocery stores to get whatever I need. And typically, I will go to the grocery store after work because it's 5 minutes. It's a 5 minute walk from work. Actually, probably a little less. Um, so it's so walkable. There are so many things that are nearby. There's exercise equipment in the parks. Just South Korea makes things so convenient for the most part. That it is, while it is super stressful and busy, you can have like a really peaceful existence here. Although my job is a lot of the time, I am generally very happy and have a sense of peace that I did not have in the US because I am walking every day. I'm definitely more active, but I know another part of it is just because, there are trees. I absolutely love trees. There's so many trees on my walk to work. And it's just a more peaceful existence. And that could be, one of the things that I just love about South Korea. I never feel like I'm in danger here, although people do stare at me quite frequently, especially when my hair is in its natural state. I never feel like those stares are malicious. I haven't encountered that yet. Hopefully, I never will, but I feel so safe here. The last time I was here with my cousin, we were out like after 1 a.m. A lot of the times, sometimes even now, I will walk to the convenience store at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I feel completely safe. I don't feel like I am looking over my shoulder. And I definitely felt like that a lot of the times in North Carolina, even when I wasn't out past 10 o'clock, like being out at 6 o'clock and going to a Walmart or going out to get dinner, walking from the parking lot um, to the restaurant or wherever, I felt tense, and I just don't feel tense here. It's such a peaceful existence, and I really, really, really appreciate that, especially as a person who overthinks and who feels very awkward in public. I really appreciate that I can just be here and just be in my natural state. Well, sure, people may stare at me. I don't feel like, I'm just going to be attacked. I, I am not the person people are going to attack here. The other thing that I really, 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 really love about South Korea, although people are incredibly nosy here, people also just really mind their business. And it is weird because people are so nosy, but they're also just, they're not going to bother. You will see people on the street doing whatever they're doing. People will just walk around them. People are not trying to get in your business here. They really don't care. People are just a different type of nosy than you find in the US. And I appreciate that because I'm a very introverted person. And I don't like people in my business. And so I really don't have to worry about that here in South Korea. Now, I will tell you that coworkers sometimes do try to know your business, but they aren't necessarily outwardly offended when you just don't tell them. I do find my foreign or some of my foreign coworkers get more offended when I just don't tell them stuff about my personal life versus the Korean coworkers. Like if I don't feel like telling them something, they're just like, okay, whatever, and they move on. Again, back to the, they just don't care. They're trying to live their best life. And living in Korea is very different from for a Korean versus a foreigner. So there's a different level of stress that they're dealing with, which is part of the reason they don't care, even though they're nosy, than, what a foreigner has to go through. Not that we don't have to go through a lot, but it's just different types of stress. And I will end with this. The number one thing that I love about South Korea is the amount of things that are always going on that are free and accessible to everybody. There are some palaces that you can get into free if you will, or on certain days where they're just free. There is so much going on in South Korea that if like you are living here and you're living on a budget because you're trying to save money, that you can still have a really full life. Buses and subways are super cheap here, and you could literally just do everything free here and have just the most wonderful time without spending barely any money. I think that's one of my favorite things about South Korea, how there's always something going on. And as an introvert, the less barriers there are to do something, the more likely I am to do it, except for those things that like I really love to do, like going to concerts. There's always something going on here. And you're always going to be able to find something that you're interested in. As a whole, there are so many different types of things that are going on here. And whatever you're interested in, you're going to be able to find a free version, a paid version, and a more expensive version for everything that you're into. So these are just some of the things that I absolutely love about South Korea. I will make a video about the things that I don't like about South Korea, because there is a list of that too. No country is perfect, and if somebody is telling you that South Korea is perfect, then they're selling you something that you don't want. So make sure you drop in the comments, like, what do you love about South Korea? Also, tell me what you don't like about South Korea so I can add it to my list. And let's have a conversation about it. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a person who is thinking about coming to South Korea or who is already here. I'd love to hear what they have to say. See you guys in the next one.